It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about Erika Girardi, Erika Jane, Erika Chahoy, whatever you want to call her, we're back to talk about her. And as always, I know you guys get a little frustrated when I use all three names, but I mean, honestly, this whole thing deserves three different personalities, just to be fair. Guys, don't mind me. It's 7 a.m. here, and I woke up extra early just to cover this because it's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. And we've been following all of this so closely since October. If you've been living under a rock, I'll make it super short for you and catch you up just to let you know exactly what's going on. But Erika Girardi filed for divorce back in October while she was filming The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. After she filed for divorce, her husband then became under investigation for alleged embezzlement. Now, not just alleged embezzlement and not just one victim, not two victims, not three victims, not four victims, not five victims, but way more than that. And it wasn't just $1 million, not $2 million. It was upwards of 50-something million dollars. Okay, so this is money that has allegedly been stolen from plane crash victims, earthquake victims, car crash victims, boat victims, burn victims. I mean, you name it, as horrific of a tragedy as it can get. And that's probably a case that Mr. Girardi has covered. Now, Mr. Girardi was under investigation, and actually he still is. And it started back in December, January. The interesting part is, though, he was diagnosed by a physician for having late onset Alzheimer's after he was under investigation and early dementia. But the thing is, and the biggest question, the biggest red flag, the question marks that are hanging over everyone's head would be, wait a minute, you were representing clients all the way up until December. You were doing speeches. He was in his office working. Now, all of a sudden, when you're under investigation, and I'm not a physician, I don't have my doctorate, so I don't want to say it's not possible because it definitely is possible. But now when you're under investigation, you are diagnosed with late onset Alzheimer's. It just seems a little strange, I guess, would be the best way to put it. And not just that, obviously, Mr. Girardi found out since he owes all of this money and he couldn't tell the court where the money is. They asked him and he's like, I don't know. I don't remember. I have no idea where this money is. So when they asked him and he can't reveal where it's at, the court then appointed two trustees to comb over all of Mr. Girardi and Erika Girardi's assets and figure out what exactly they have, whether it's the plane, the house, the jewelry, whatever it is, the art, and liquidate all of these assets. Well, once he found out he was going to be kicked out of his $16 million Pasadena mansion, which they later put on the market for $13 million, the mansion was burglarized. Okay. Late onset Alzheimer's, burglarized mansion. All right. Then his brother ended up getting part-time conservatorship over Mr. Girardi. And after that, shortly after that, he was awarded full-time conservatorship. So now he gets to guide Mr. Girardi, Tom, I mean, I'm not his friend, so I guess Thomas Girardi. He gets to guide him with his court situations, his finances, his medical appointments, whatever it is. It's almost like Britney Spears at this point, where her dad takes complete control over her life. Now he has somebody taking complete control over his life. Now, we don't exactly know what's going to happen moving forward with Mr. Girardi. Will he ever face time? Are they going to be able to retrieve all of the money that's owed to the creditors, debtors, and victims? We don't know just yet. We know that they're doing their best, and they might actually bring on another attorney to kind of serve as sort of a bounty hunter for this whole case. Guys, if you haven't heard his name before, I've said it a million times on here. Ronald Richards, who has been following these cases so closely on Twitter, Ronald Richards has been literally giving us a play-by-play, and to the extent that he's posted over 200 and something odd social media posts about the Girardis. He's just been letting us know every single thing that's been going on. And now the trustees are trying to file a motion to bring Ronald Richards into the court. They want to bring him into the court because they want him to comb through all of Erika Girardi's assets. Now, Erika Girardi has over $20 million in gifts, which she's calling not community property. She said, I was married to this man for over 20 years. This is not community property. My jewelry, my bags, my clothes, this is all stuff that was given to me as gifts. Okay, well, we get that, and good for you, Erika. But at the same time, there are going to be fans and those victims and the creditors and debtors who are going to be watching you on TV, and they're going to see you wearing these lavish gifts and feel like maybe that didn't come from your own pocket. That's the red flag here. That's the big problem. So now the trustees are trying to bring Ronald Richards onto the case to, well, do just that, comb through all of her assets. Now, she's trying to go against this motion, and she's saying that he's used his social media for tabloid-like publicity. And she feels like with all of his social media posts and the fact that he's representing plaintiffs who are suing Mr. Girardi, it's not fair to bring him onto the case. Now, if he is brought on the case, he has made it clear that he is going to be scrutinizing every little detail that comes up on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. He's going to be watching what she's wearing and what she's saying. Ronald Richards will be transcribing every single word. And to be honest with you, I think everyone's sort of here for it. Everyone wants to know what the hell is going on. And did you in fact know? I mean, her signatures were allegedly found on some dodgy documents, but then it was looked at like maybe it wasn't her signature, maybe it was plagiarized. I don't even know. That gets so messy. But this is what was said about Ronald Richards joining the case to scrutinize every single piece of material that comes up on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We will be transcribing every word. The show does not provide immunity to its talent. This is what Ronald Richards tweeted. Now, the outlet explained that if Ronald Richards is brought onto the case and he catches that $125,000 Cartier ring, the $10,000 blazer, the $100,000 Hermes crocodile bag. I'm just throwing out like different items that could potentially be in her closet. I'm not saying they are, but could potentially. If he finds these items or sees them and catches something, he can keep up to 45% of the sale of that item. That's crazy. So not only does she not get to keep her items, but say he finds a $100,000 bag. Let's say they sell it for $80,000. He gets to keep up to 45% of that sale. And if he finds 10, 15, 20 items, up to $20 million worth, I mean, at this point, he may be able to make, if he is in fact brought on and used to investigate and see some of this stuff, he could make millions. This is insane. Millions of dollars just to jump on there and do what he's already enjoying, which is following this case and keeping a close eye on exactly what the hell is going on. Attorney William F. Savino told the Los Angeles Times, if she wears a $150,000 ring, victims are going to say, that's my diamond. If she wears a $10,000 blazer, victims are going to say, that's my blazer. So that's where the problem lies here. And I knew this, and I've said it from day one, with Erika Girardi coming on to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and talking about her divorce, filing for her divorce, and then talking about, well, she's kind of avoided it, but talking with the other women about Mr. Girardi and the victims and the alleged embezzlement, she's going to be under scrutiny. The diamonds, the hair, the makeup, the house. They're going to go through and subpoena every single piece of film to figure out exactly what she was talking about and exactly what is in her possession. This doesn't look good, and it's actually quite frightening if you were standing in her shoes or stilettos, right? Now, guys, what we do know is that The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 11 premieres today, Wednesday, May 19th, and it's going to be so good. Not only are we all going to be watching it, trying to get the answers that we've been looking for since October, but bet your ASS Ronald Richards will be somewhere watching it and tweeting along the way. This is going to be intense, and I'm just curious as to whether or not they will be able to bring on Ronald Richards, onto the case. I'm curious if they will be able to make this happen or if she will be able to stop this. I'm also curious if she was smart enough to not wear certain things on the show, if she knew better, and maybe if she was coached or wasn't coached. I don't know. I'm just curious to see what she looks like, if she's a much more humbled version of herself on this show, or if she's still dripping in diamonds. Also, though, I was thinking about this. I mean, she could always say that some of these diamonds didn't belong to her and that she was borrowing them from a friend. However, she would have to get a friend involved into a federal investigation. So let's say she was like, I borrowed these diamonds from another housewife. They would go knocking on that housewife's door and say, Is this true? And if that housewife lies, then you could go to prison too. So this is a whirlwind. Guys, what do you think about all of this? What do you think about Ronald Richards scrutinizing the footage? And what do you think about, let's make our predictions. What do you think Erika is going to be dressed like on the show? Do you feel like it'll be modest, or do you think she's going to be dripping nonstop in the diamonds? If you haven't already, go ahead and comment below. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that being said, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.